this is a network. I'm not necessarily trying to quote unquote pitch any of the people here, but as you work with your clients and whatnot, so I try to keep it from that lens. And when I listen to all of you talk, I also try to keep it from that lens of who I could refer to and who I could work with potentially with my clients. I am Alexander Acker. I am the president and owner of Adventure House. So as it says on the screen here, we're a video marketing agency. The reality is that this is my focus, but we are a more of a larger agency. We provide video marketing and web service offerings for clients basically worldwide, from the Caribbean to Europe to throughout the United States. But selling web is a lot harder than a very focused video marketing agency, which we have a ton of experience. We have most of our staff actually, they focus on that. So we're comprised of writers, creatives, animators, and managers who work with clients. We've been virtual since 2019, which was a great timing for the pandemic. And I have said that before, and I still love the fact that I made that move. It's like the best decision in my life. So we utilize video, animation, and motion graphics to ensure our clients stand out in multiple channels, but primarily LinkedIn. I mean, gone are the days, well, I should say gone are the exclusive days of only meeting live. Obviously, we're all scattered around the United States, which is great. So as a result, increased leads, increased sales, increased awareness, and increased usage, depending on clients' objectives. If they want to stand out on social, if they want to add action to marketing launches, if they want to demonstrate or show, not necessarily tell the value of their product, and hype and excitement to marketing. So the focus of my talk is putting your brand in motion. So now when you think of in motion, you think of is the video use cases are endless. So when you think of video and use cases as it relates to, say, on LinkedIn, 93% of brands want customers using a video strategy. 84% of folks are convinced to buy a product or service watching it. And 88% of marketers reported that video provides a positive return on investment. So obviously you are spending a little bit more on a video than just sticking a static image on a page. But at the end of the day, your goal is to differentiate your brand, your clients' brands, and to really stand out and grab that and grab the customer and make it clear. So instead of just a static image, if you're on LinkedIn, you could use animation to actually, roll a couple of key points. In this case, we have a lot of banks as clients. So you want to get a couple of key points for a product across. You could do that and make it easier to get someone's attention than just a simple static image and a link. Because at the end of the day, I think the term is stop scrolling. You want to have somebody stop scroll and focus on what the value proposition is. So when you think of the different types of the video that you could use, I mean, and I know that Mike is here as well. Sorry, not Michael, Robert, sorry. So you could create stories, so you could tell a story, you could roll, if it's a focus on an employee, we shot all this, we actually went on site and we had various crews. We interviewed her and we told her story. So that gives an in-depth perspective on a person. So this is not necessarily a commercialized product sale. It's more of a human story. So you could tell a story from a human angle in terms of what their role is at their company. So that's more of a very straightforward one camera gig. But when you think about video and animation that gets attention, starting to add in some motion graphics or animation, some elements to really, reinforce key things. And then you can mix in footage with the motion graphics to tell a really interesting story, to play with typography. It's cinematic in the way that you could really tell stories and, make the content engaging. In this case, we put a quote in, really trying to reinforce the story of what this educational brand is trying to tell. So now infographics. So this particular piece was trying to guide the customer to download a piece on LinkedIn. So a couple of keywords which make sense to the audience and get them to understand how it's changing and how a report could really help them understand more. And then so show, don't tell, how a product is really has changed. So in this case, the user interface for a particular online system to view your balances and your transactions was severely updated. So we really want to enhance the story and the flow and show how the user interface and call out these features so that you could see quickly and get people excited about how the product is completely transformed. So it's a mix of video, it's a mix of motion graphics, it's a mix of infographics, it's a mix of animation. And then when you think of, showing a product, it also could be very simple, straightforward, creative. So for Scholastic, who we've worked with for years, trying to show new products and services, in this case, it's a phonics product. So you show how the different cards and the products work, mixed in with graphics. And when you think of animation, we create a lot of animation from scratch. So we conceive it, we extend their brand, we showcase what the features are, and we animate it from scratch. So in this case, actually, there's no subtitles on this one. I believe this is an earlier one. I think this piece is actually just finished. But this particular piece will be shown in social, and the subtitles will be added and keywords put on the screen. So if a viewer chooses to not have the sound on, they're able to completely watch this from start to finish. And actually, I think I have about 5 minutes. Because we want to wow them with the visuals, but if they choose not to put the sound on, we don't want to lose a prospect as well. They should be able to watch that. In terms of animation, we can create characters to really show, to add, if it's a complex product or if it's something that's confusing, we can add a character to kind of guide the user through the story, show how different features are added, updated. And it's a really fun way of actually just simplifying the complex. In terms of events, you could use a lot of motion graphics to really enhance the story and to get folks excited about, a new, if it's virtual or online event. 3D, you could actually bring somebody into your world if it's a classroom in this case, or if it's an exhibit space or whatnot, you could actually guide them. This is actually a 360 as well as a VR experience. So you could actually guide somebody in a classroom. You just have to create the scene. And actually creating this, it looks pretty cool the way that you could intersperse the video into the 3D, but it actually starts from a 3D model. Once you have the model set, it doesn't matter if you're an architect or you're trying to show a space, you could put someone in the physical space and they could walk through it. And if it's walking through with their VR headset on, or if they're using the mouse to click through, it's actually very cool. And then in terms of events, so this is a video that we created for ourselves. So we were at a conference in Las Vegas in November. God, it feels like 500 years away, but it was just a couple months ago. So, very simple, just showing, a couple of key points and showing folks how, your value proposition is really super clear and having that stand out. And then the last 2 slides, or actually I've got a few more. So in terms of social assets, so a video is obviously 16:9 or 4:3, but social uses square formats, oblong, rectangular, and you could create videos in those formats so that it's optimized for your mobile phone, so that when someone's scrolling, it takes the entire screen versus just a portion of it. And you could create a video complete from start to finish in that format, multi-layered story. So you're actually getting keywords on the screen and you're getting the images. Or a complete polar opposite of that is you could create a video which is just a tiny bit of motion, as I call it, a bump, right? In this case, we created an ebook for a firm, and just that little train going through is just enough to get someone's eye from wherever it's at to on your screen. So a video doesn't have to be a big, expensive ordeal. It could be very, very simple too, to get someone's attention. And as it relates to us, the videos that we create for us on LinkedIn, it's very simple type, just to kind of get someone's attention. This is what we do, to more complex. I mean, not more complex, but a little bit more animated. And this one spoke to transformation. This is like a very quick one, and no type on screen. The type is on the post, but it speaks to transformation.
Alex, you have about 4 minutes left. Do you want to pause for any questions, if there are any? Certainly people can add it to the chat. I don't see anything there now.
Yep, and then I'm going to put all the stuff in the channel. Just to keep in mind, we are running a promo to the end of the month. We've had some companies that have taken advantage of it. The example I use is spend $1 million, get 200,000 off. So, yeah, so I know this is more of a specialized service, and this is not this. I'm not necessarily a realtor or whatnot. But yeah, it's food for thought as you work with clients to understand how to convey their message, how video, motion graphics, and animation really does work successfully. And one client specifically, we extend this to LinkedIn and we run campaigns, and they're getting hundreds of leads, hundreds. So I don't know what they're following up with them and what they're, but our job is successful in terms of what the engagement was to get those leads in the door, and those leads are very targeted to their specific needs.
Beautiful work. Thank you so much. Any questions for Alex from Adventure House?
Yeah.
I have one. Go ahead. Go ahead, Victor.
Oh, sorry. Thanks, Michael. Hi, Alex. Yeah, they're very, very cool stuff. So I had a question. You mentioned it a little bit, right? I mean, that if you're specializing in LinkedIn, then obviously the format is different, I guess, than a video where on a website where I'm actually looking for information, and I have more tolerance for length and complexity of the videos. So what prompted you to specialize in LinkedIn videos?
Well, we don't necessarily specialize in LinkedIn alone, but we have tailored our offering to make sure that the videos and the solutions that we provide our clients do work successfully in that platform. Pandemic, obviously, it leveled the playing field where there were no in-person events for up until probably last year, right?
Right.
Like everyone, it doesn't matter if you were a multinational firm or a little mom and pop or a startup, you're all competing in the same square, right? So we had to make sure that the offering that we did works well there as well as everywhere else. Now as events open up again, yeah, I mean, it's very broad, but I would say no matter what we do, we provide solutions directly for LinkedIn, or we craft formats for LinkedIn of anything that we do that to work there as well.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Sure.
And Tim Gannon had a question.
Well, first a statement, really, really terrific presentation.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Really enjoyable. My question is, do you do all the writing?
Yep. We have writers that we work with around the United States, actually. We have about 3, and no writers are staffed per se, because we bring in the right writer per engagement, right? If it's a B2B voice or retail voice, or it's an event voice, or if it's an ebook. We wrote a 20-page ebook where we interviewed audiences and whatnot. So yes, quite a bit of writing experience.
Well, we're kind of in the same field. I'm actually doing, we're actually doing 4 explainer videos right now.
Cool.
Yeah, we have a couple of video specialists here today, Alex, Tim, Robert. That's the time. Yeah, I'm using a new timer app called Timer. It's free. If somebody had asked a question about it. So
Well done. So thank you guys.
thank you, Alex, and thank you for. I know you have to run. I know you can probably hang out for another 8 minutes or so, but
Yep.
I'm going to put in the chat again the order in which more or less people showed up. Again, if your name is not there, let me know. We have 21 people today, so it's a pretty big group. I'm going to do, I think we only have, like, in that case, 1:30 per person. So we'll start with Rajiv, and you'll watch my timer. I'm putting it at 1:30. Rajiv, if everybody would go on mute, that would be great. So because I'm going to put it in speaker mode. But Rajiv, take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. I'll keep it brief. As you can see, I'm an assassin for hire. What does that mean? It means that I take out things. Yes, you're right. I take out scandal, I take out bad press, and I delete. I eradicate, I erase, I make them go away from Google, from social, from the internet. It means that I can delete tweets from Twitter. I can delete videos from TikTok or Instagram. I can delete bad press and scandal from press reports. I can delete court records and police reports and mug shots and all that stuff. And on the flip side of that, I can also help you globalize your brand by being a United Nations speaker, which I am one of as well as help you produce your podcast as a done-for-you service, or help you become an Amazon best-selling author. And there are a few other things that I do as well, but I'll leave it at that for the moment. I'll put my LinkedIn in the chat. I look forward to connecting with all of you on LinkedIn, where all of us live, hopefully. Back to you, Michael.
An assassin of multiple trades, okay, as opposed to a jack of all trades. Wonderful, love it. And I see the body floating in the background. You need to put more cement on their feet. Okay. Michael Korn. Michael Korn, take it away. Michael, you're on mute. Michael, you got to get off mute.
Did you call me?
Yeah, you're up.
Okay. I'm visiting here to see if this is a good place for me to come. I used to be a marketing person. I know a couple of you guys. I grew up in marketing and advertising. I was a partner in a firm for 10 years, built it to 70 people and sold it, and did some other things in the dot-com craziness. And now I'm a financial advisor for accidental business owners in the marketing media technology spheres. We go beyond personal planning in terms of investments, retirement, insurance. We deal with integrated planning, creating succession, continuity, and exit planning. All things business owners need to deal with eventually. Early stage business owners should have a buy sell. Latter stage business owners should understand how to monetize their business. We are specialists in the marketing media technology space. I have about a dozen clients in this space, and we're here to help. I'm looking for marketing media technology companies that think they don't have everything in place in terms of personal planning and business planning and benefits. And I don't know where the timer is. I'm probably out of time. Any questions?
You got 30 seconds left.
Yeah, 30 seconds. I'll put up my information on the website. When you come to the website, it will say, what's your plan? Simply because I find most business owners really don't have a plan. They have pieces, they have things, they have junk drawer full of stuff that doesn't really work together well. We make it work together well. We end up with a strategy and a plan. I can sell a thing with the best of them, but it's better to have a plan. I'll leave you with this one thought. Like when you do TV advertising, you can do well just with TV. Like people say, I got my investments, I'm all set. But if you do TV, radio, digital, print, outdoor, direct mail, PR, all on a focused strategy and a timetable rolled out over time, you do better, right? Same thing with financial planning.
Very cool. And Michael, you is a sponsor. Also, do you, Michael has a client who has an agency of about 18 people, I think, that's looking to sell that agency. So it's a multi-purpose or broad services, I believe.
Maybe eventually.
Oh, they're not selling now, huh? I'm not naming any names.
Right. It depends if the right offer comes around. You never know.
Okay.
We do exit planning for businesses, and it gets complicated when you're kind of want to sell but don't.
Right.
So we'll see where that goes. But that's areas we help clients in, is selling and buying and all that stuff.
Thank you so much, Michael. Tim Gannon, take it away.
Hi, I'm Tim Gannon, owner and creative director of Big Work Digital. We're a video production company that specializes in video production. We also design and build websites, and we do branding. We are currently working on a couple of videos for law firms and 4 explainer videos using motion graphics, as Alex so eloquently showed us today, right now. So I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to give, that's all I have to say. I'm terrible at this.
But you're good at what you do.
Good at what you do. He's also a writer. I think you have
I got a project. I got a project that is moving forward. It's a narrative TV show. It's moving forward, but it's slow as molasses. It's killing me, but it's moving. It's moving in the direction I want it to go.
That's good. All right. Geoff Strauss. Yeah, you have a question?
I'm a commercial producer lady that I've started to work with. Is that any benefit to you, or?
Absolutely. You bet.
Okay, I'll talk to her. By
the way, here's the log line for the show. It's a story of a woman fresh off her stint with the Peace Corps, recruited by the CIA to be a spy in Saigon during the war. And it's a true story. And it's my aunt.
Oh, interesting.
Anyways,
Still
that's
alive?
it. No, she died about 8 years ago. She was also my godmother.
Interesting. Geoff Strauss. Take it away, Geoff. You're on mute, Geoff. Geoff, you're on mute.
All right, there you go. All right.
Go ahead.
Never done this before. This is all new for me. Hard to compete with CIA and family and Peace Corps and all that, but I guess I'll try to follow up on that. So yeah, I'm the case study guy. I wrote the book on case studies. That's all we do, are video and written case studies for businesses to use in their marketing. If you want some marketing that ChatGPT cannot replicate and cannot produce, you need somebody like me who can actually talk to your customers and get them to start talking about your business and how good you did for them. So yeah, that's me, the case study guy.
And the title of the book is actually the book on case studies. So if anybody's got an idea that they want to own a space, call it the book on. It's a great idea.
Exactly. Exactly.
The book on video marketing, the book on reputation management. And then you got to write the book, of course. But I'm sure there's people that can help you with that. So thank you, Geoff.
Strategy.
There you go. Whatever, the book on content strategy. Just gonna rename yours. You already have a book. All right. John Parsons.
Hey, thanks, Michael. I too am a video guy. You didn't include me in your list, but that's okay. We're a much smaller version of what Alex described. We do a lot of the things that they do for smaller businesses, agencies, authors, for startups. We do explainer videos. We do remote. Our focus, because it's for small business, is to try to find ways of saving on cost. And to do that, we do a remote capture of original footage with their smartphones, their tablets, webcams, etc., with a system that produces really good quality footage that we put into their videos. But last time I did a showcase, we are experimenting with an interactive video approach that doesn't require a platform. That means Vimeo, for example, charges, I think it's $25,000 a year for their interactive platform. And we thought that might be a little too high for smaller businesses. So we came up with a way to do branching and hotspots for Vimeo videos or YouTube videos or any any video, to be honest, on a standard platform, and add those branches and hotspots for a user-directed experience. And next week, on Wednesday, I have a showcase that has not much to do with video production, but I thought it'd be cool. You can see Michael's QR code in his background, but I'm going to do a sort of a tutorial on how to do foreground images in Zoom, which is the one you see on mine. I'm in speaker mode, you can actually scan the QR. If we're in thumbnail mode, I'll have to put a larger one in. But that's I'm just going to do that next week, just because I found a cool way to do the foreground stuff, and I'll teach you guys how to do it.
Are you using OBS Studio?
You got it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Foiled.
It's okay. Good teaching.
Yeah, no, I've done this before, and I have a video, an explainer on this for somebody who can't make the Wednesday showcase.
Thank you, John, and I apologize for not listing you as one of our video
That's okay.
specialists. So one of our guests, Billy Atwell, is here for the first time. Billy, take it away.
Thanks,
You're
Michael.
probably on mute, by the way. Go ahead. There you go.
Yeah. I turn failures into successes by removing my clients' obstacles and replacing them with highly creative yet effective marketing and branding strategies and campaigns, such as I did for the International Association of Providers in AIDS Care, in which I increased their membership base by 250% in 12 months. If you'd like for me to increase your fishes and loaves, reach out. My contacts are in the chat. My name's Billy, AKA The Savior, at Sexy AF Creative Studios, where I'm making new paper on the way to meet my maker. Thank you.
Nice. And Billy comes highly recommended by Joni, who's used him for branding, I believe. And that's why he's here. So thank you, Joni, for introducing me to Billy. And Rajiv. All right. Thank you. All right. I'm learning that this timer doesn't reset to the number that you gave it the last time. So every time I have to put it in there again. So our next guest, Kevin Downey. Kevin, take it away.
Hey guys, I had to unmute myself. So first time here, thanks for having me. Super short. So I specialize in B2B email marketing. I handle all of the lead generation for all kinds of different companies, many like you, digital agencies, video production houses, cybersecurity, IT services, consulting and training firms, some enterprise companies, product related companies, all that stuff. And I also do email marketing for other lead generation firms. So that's basically it. Website is kevinmdowney.com.
And I met Kevin. I'm not sure how we were introduced, but very impressed by his offering. Both, I think it's mostly full service. Or you also have a sort of do-it-yourself offering as well.
Yep. Yeah, it's full service. Full service. I'm basically almost like a wholesaler because I do work for other lead gen firms that are doing a lot of phone-centric stuff, and I do the back-end email for their reps because they can't get enough people on the phone anymore. So.
Right. Thank you, Kevin.
Sure.
Certainly, everybody, by the way, should put their LinkedIn in the chat so that at the end of the meeting, everybody could download it. And you'll have everybody's contact information.
We have time to ask Kevin a question. We'll follow up.
Go ahead.
Sure.
So Kevin, is it mostly, or maybe it's both, is it the one-off sends, or is it setting up sequences, automation, click funnels, things of that nature, or kind of where?
Good question. I have a video that I can post that we share with prospective clients kind of in the early stages to show process, how it works and that stuff. I actually do one-to-one text-based emails, don't do sequences because I find them very tired at this point. Emails are always from a person to a person. And so we're not trying to drive them to pages. Typically, we're trying to elicit a response. So for video production, for example, it would be, you want to bait them with samples, of course, but also pricing or packages or programs. Anything that's visual, we want to bait with samples if possible, products as well. If it's purely services, then obviously programs, rate card, that kind of thing is typically what we want to bait them with. And we want to get them to respond.
Thank you. And Robert,
good question.
Looks like you have a guest with you over the shoulder. That's great. Let's see, Richard Landau, a guest. not in the marketing world, but interesting, interesting stuff. Go ahead, Richard.
Thanks for having me. I'm Michael. Thanks for having me. My name is Richard Landau. My company is M20. We are a consultancy. We have two groups. Primary group is government contractor. We've been serving the DoD for over 20 years in the area of national security. I'm on the commercial side. My job is to translate their capabilities into civilian applications. They're generally in the anti-money laundering, anti-counterfeiting. We work a lot in the art and antiquity space, but most of our work is with very wealthy people that have reputation issues. I like to talk to lawyers. So if you guys know any lawyers that are in the fixer business, white collar attorneys, divorce attorneys, trust and estates attorneys, goes on and on and on, people dealing with legacy issues, have them. I'd love to chat with you. Thanks.
And I know that you already know Rajiv, right? He's also in the similar adjacent world.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that they like talking to lawyers. That's a new one. But I like it.
Yeah, yeah, it does really good. I guess they do very sophisticated investigation work. So, you know, people hiding their money from their spouse that they're about to divorce, or they've already filed for divorce, things like that. Yeah, things about, you know, tracking stuff going on in the dark web. Very, very dark and sinister, but Richard's a nice guy. All right. Victor Miranda, who I believe is in for Michael Falato. Is that correct?
That's correct, guys. My name is Victor Miranda. I'm with Full Throttle Falato Leads, sitting in for Mike Falato. We're basically a lead generation company. We do email automation, LinkedIn automation as well. We also set up roundtable automations and do a free account setup for HubSpot. So that's basically it.
Based in Florida, and Michael's been an active member. Great to have you here, telling us a little bit about Full Throttle Falato Leads, which is a mouthful. Yeah, apparently that was Michael Falato's nickname in the Air Force.
It was, yeah.
All right. And for anybody who knows Michael, you understand why he was called Full Throttle. All right,
Exactly right.
Joan Abraham, take it away.
Hi, everybody. You all should know what I do by now.
Joni, you know you're off video.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. I'm Joni Abraham, and we create original video content to be used in social media. We use episodic storytelling, and we've filtered the elements down to their simplest form to be able to present product, but more importantly, to entertain. And we've priced it very simply so that people can afford it as daily content. And because the characters and storylines are very sophisticated and aspirational, they really enhance a brand's image and they attract an audience. So if you know any lifestyle brands that are retailers and looking for social content that really is unique in today's marketplace, I'm interested. We have a special value right now. If you buy 1 month, it's $18,000, but we're looking for brands to help us get started, and we're offering them $6,000 a month for 10 stories. And there's no question that it will enhance awareness and sales. So I'm looking for data that will serve them well and me well. If anybody knows anybody, I put my information in the chat session.
So typically it's 18,000 for 10 stories, and that's typically 10 per month.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
And they
So
can
now-
order as many as they want, but we sell 10 stories for $18,000. And then if you buy them in packages, 12 months is only $10,000 a month. If you commit to 12 months.
Right, 120.
So there's quite a big break if you want to join as our startup brands. 6,000 is a piece of cake.
Yeah, absolutely. David Libby, California.
Thanks, Michael. Hey, everybody. I'm David Libby with 2pins.com in Wet, California. I put my information in the chat. 2pins is a B2B tech marketing agency. We do public relations, content writing, and we support other agencies that work with B2B tech companies. We work with startups and mid-sized companies anywhere in the US, anywhere in the world. We have a lot of clients in Germany, Israel, Texas, you name it. So good to see you, Michael. Thanks again. Hey, everybody.
I got to see David in person when I was out there over the break. So that was nice.
Yeah, nice lunch. Michael has legs, by the way, for those of you that don't know it. I do. Michael's joke. So yes, Rajiv, Michael should be a comedian.
All right,
Rajiv,
Mark,
you're
Mark
such a-
Herre. We need to keep going because we're getting short on time. Mark Herre, take it.
Yeah, located here in Salt Lake City, running a company called SEO Game, which provides white label SEO. So I have a question for all of you who are agency owners. This is more of a listening commercial. I'd like to hear your feedback. What does SEO mean to you as an agency owner? Is it to produce money? Is it to lead in? Is it to just provide the value service that your clients are asking for? Is it a pain in the, you know what? Go ahead. Who knows what it means for your agency? I'd like to hear.
Money, getting paid, making the paper.
Love it. Anyone else? What does SEO mean to you as an agency? And curious.
Pretty lucrative from what I understand. I mean, I don't do it myself, but
SEO is getting your company name to the top of the list in search. That's what
What
I
does it
think
mean
it
for
is.
your agency? Is that what it means for your agency, Joan?
For my, yes.
Okay, so a direct service, not something that you offer to your clients, correct?
Correct.
Okay. How about those who offer it to their clients? What does it mean for you, SEO?
Being found when you want to be found.
For your clients? Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
My clients and our customers.
How about working with someone who helps you with SEO? What does that mean for you?
It's really hard to find reliable resources because many of them are skittish.
All right. Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I just wanted to let you know, if you're seeing my screen, it just simply means keep calm and get the job done. All right. That's all my presentation is today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mark, based in Utah, correct?
Right.
Okay. Keith Reynolds, take it away.
Hey, everybody. Keith Reynolds, really great to be on the group again. I met with Rochelle Leisner. Did I say that right, Michael?
Rochelle, yeah, Rochelle
Leisner. And man, she is terrific. You have to check her out if you want to go from boring schlep-along marketing to zippity doodah marketing. And she really spun my head. And I'm a CMO by training, but she had me laughing in the aisles. I'm a communication geek, and I recently tested and was positive for economics, finance, and technology in marketing. I'm a content strategist, author, and speaker. I help B2B companies set up and get results from their inbound marketing campaigns and helping, design in the marketing process behind thought leadership by leveraging sales and marketing automation in the CRM and really training salespeople to carry the message forward. I'm launching a white paper this week calling for a new C-suite role, and I'm going to be rolling it out on LinkedIn over the next 90 days. And I'm calling for the Chief Content Marketing Officer. It's between the CMO and the Chief Content Officer, who tends to be very editorially focused. A Chief Content Marketing Officer is working on the strategy to take content and turn them into leads. And I'll post the white paper here. I'd love your feedback. I appreciate John and David giving me some feedback, Rob as well. And I look forward to catching up and talking to many of you who I haven't met. Thanks.
Yes, and it's Rochelle Leisner. Sorry about that.
Lisner, sorry.
Yeah,
but she's terrific.
She's very good. She's a regular, although hasn't been on recently. Victor Lee, take it away.
Okay, thanks, Michael. Hi, everybody. Nice to see such a crowd here today. I guess that means that 2023 is back in full swing. So my business is all about networking. What I do is I connect people and opportunities. So I spend a lot of time talking to people and looking for interesting opportunities. To help me with that, as you saw, the mouse over there and I have a podcast called, that he was plugging earlier. The podcast is all about networking, and it's called Things I Didn't Learn at Harvard, where I was class of 1978. And I don't know, Rajiv, is that a mouse or a fox? Fox. Okay, sorry about that. I do have a networking strategy called Foxes and Hedgehogs. So I guess maybe next time Rajiv will show up as a hedgehog. And so the podcast has been a lot of fun. We started it just about a year ago, and we are a top 10 podcast as ranked by Spotify. And our best performing episode has gotten over 700 visitors. So we're continuing to roll that forward. Both Michael Bendit and Geoff Strauss were kind enough to be our guests, and we're using that as a big marketing platform. So what I do is, as I said, I look for people and opportunities. Geoff and I are working on an opportunity right now. Rajiv and I have a bunch of projects in the works. Michael, I think we got an email from Charles today, so that one is cooking, and I'm looking forward to talking to Joan later today. So I'm really looking for things that are interesting, different, unique, and unusual, because I think those are obviously the ones that are most, it's easiest to get attention from potential clients. So I'd love to hear more about what everybody is doing. Thanks.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward.
Yes, Victor is
Thanks,
a
Jim.
master connector, and you should definitely do a one-on-one with him if you haven't already. Robert Weiss, take it away.
All right. Okay, everybody. Video, 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 video,
Video.
video, 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 video. It's great to see other video people here. I think this is one of the events that I've been on, or networking Zoom calls that I've seen more video people than any other. So it's great to see, and certainly a sign of the times. Alex's presentation was awesome. Everything he said, everything Tim said, everything John said. One of the things that I was thinking about when Alex was making his presentation is that Dropbox, you remember when they launched, the only thing they had on their page was an explainer video. They paid $25,000 for that explainer video. And look at them now. Remember back in the day, that's the only thing that they had. So today I want to introduce Michael. Michael, you'll be seeing more of, maybe even in replace of me at some point down the road. Michael's coming in, it's the second day here to help me with sales, to be out, to be the face of Multivision, to make friends, both in the virtual world and in the real world in New York City, and mainly to support our manufacturing side of the business. That is growing a lot, and we need to be at trade shows. So Michael's really stepping in to drive that. We'll call it that arm of our organization. So, and hello to everybody that I haven't seen in a while, and who I see often.
Thank you for introducing Michael, and we look forward to having him. All right, let's see. That was Krista Janik. Take it away, Krista. You may be on mute. Are you still with us? I don't think she may have left. Yeah, she left. Okay, next online is Faith Tomases. Faith.
You're on mute, Faith. You're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, take it away.
Okay, hi. Happy New Year, everyone. I am a freelance writer, brand strategist, and name developer, and I work primarily with other agencies as a creative resource on a project basis. So I would be happy to connect with all of you video people to see if you need other resources, especially for overload situations, for content development, copywriting. My specialty is really getting to the point very quickly, which is why I have a significant portfolio in name development. And I've got expertise in a lot of different industries. I'm not a specialist in any one. And I look forward to meeting everyone. I put my website up on the chat, and that's the basis of my story. I just came back from a week in Puerto Rico, which was wonderful. And I went to Puerto Rico because I let my passport expire due to COVID. I wasn't going anywhere, so I didn't renew it. So Puerto Rico was great because there's no passport required.
I was there a week ago myself.
I knew I saw you on the
Well, nice background, Faith. It looks like you're not in the city right now.
No, I'm in Delaware, and don't go through my garage.
All right, we
Stuff in there that
Ari Rosenberg, welcome back. It's been a while.
Just your Corvette, right?
Hey.
Ari, you still here? He may have, he was here and then he dropped. All right. So let's see. Jason, Cement.
Hello there. And today I have my sexy voice because I'm either pre-COVID or post-COVID, not sure. So I run Get Visible. It's a website marketing agency with a remarkable difference. I found out recently that we keep clients happy for years, not just a few months, which seems to be the industry average. So why do people stick with us for so long? Two reasons. One, it's the eye-catching websites that make them look more credible and compelling than their competitors. And second, and even more importantly, it's the traffic they get from search engines and social media channels where they're positioned as what we call the no-brainer choice over their competitors. So for 18 years, we've been transforming and promoting websites for lawyers, doctors, business owners, and nonprofit leaders. We came up with a name for this. It's called the Front Door. And door it's very long, but it's the Digital Opportunity Outcome Roadmap. I think something Rajiv would do. It gets you first in line in front of the right prospects, and it generates a steady source of revenues your competitors can't replicate. And one other thing about us is we don't suck you into long 12-month contracts. We do a 6-month thing, and then it just rolls over. So people can try our Front Door thing even in as little as 90 days. And that's my story.
All right. Based in beautiful Los Angeles. You getting a lot of rain there too now? Or is it over?
Yeah, I can count the number of leaks in my house. It's all good.
Oh, no. Did I miss anyone? All right. Then I will give myself my minute and a half.
By the way, post that counter thing. Is that an app inside Zoom?
It's an app inside. It's literally called Timer.
Okay.
There's another one called Blue Sky Timer, which uses a separate window, and they charge for it. This one's free.
No, I don't see it.
I have to start it. There it goes. See, that's on my.
Michael, before you get going, I'm going to give Jason some props. And if you're not on his email marketing list, get on it. Give him your email address. He sends out some great newsletters every month or so, I guess.
Whenever we're in the mood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's whatever the AI tells me. Yeah.
Yeah, Jason, I enjoy your newsletter. It's actually interesting content.
Yeah.
Not just spam.
I should actually promote it. It's funny. I don't even tell people about it. It's funny.
Yeah, it's a good newsletter. All right, I'll go. So my name is Michael Bendit. Besides running this networking group, my core business is doing sales representation for about a dozen software development teams. The reason I have a networking group in marketing is because about 60-70% of our work is in the marketing world. We tend to do a lot of work in partnership with digital agencies that don't always have the skills in-house, the resources in-house, or they're just overwhelmed, right? There's more work than their 1 or 2 programmers can handle. I call that supplementing. There's also complementing, which is the skills in-house don't have the right set of skills for the opportunity. There's a lot of platforms, languages, et cetera, out there, as you know. Even though something like WordPress is dominant, there's a lot of customers that are on, Shopify, Magento, other types of platforms that most digital agencies can't afford to have somebody with that expertise sort of sitting by waiting for an opportunity of that type to come their way. So they rely on me. They'll call me up and they'll say, Michael, do you have anybody who's got, a skill set with XYZ? And because I have a dozen teams, I'm usually able to say, yes, I do. Best leads for me are, in fact, digital marketing agencies, anywhere from a solopreneur, maybe a designer, all the way up to agencies of, let's say, 20 people or so. So I'm going to move it back into gallery mode. We have like 3 minutes left. Thank you to our guests for coming. To those folks that might want to join, who came as a guest, Kevin, Billy, Michael Korn is still there. Michael, you're currently a sponsor. I don't know if you knew that. Not a paid sponsor, since nobody's paid anything at this point. But if you are interested, ping me again. And, we're still working on a no fee basis. We will, this year sometime, I hope to be launching my new platform. Take care, Robert. And Michael, thank you for joining. That was Michael for Robert. Any questions, comments?
Yeah, Michael, this is John. You always encourage people to save the chat, which I always do, but LinkedIn just moved the buttons just so everybody knows.
Yes. Oh,
LinkedIn
thank
Zoom.
you.
Loom, yeah. So put your
in Zoom for Windows, it's now at the bottom, the 3 dots for saving that chat. And they do.
Really?
I love software companies, man. They move everything every rev.
Right. So it's on the bottom. If you should put your information in the chat, and then everybody should. Now's a good time to do it. Open up your chat window, and as John pointed out, on the bottom left, at least on Windows, it's the 3 dots, and then the first option under those 3 dots is Save Chat. Great seeing everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the week. And I'll see you next Tuesday. It's Tuesday, John, that you're presenting. Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. West Coast.
Tuesday, sorry. Will do.
Yep. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey,
Thanks again, Michael.
Download, say the chat.
Save the chat. Yeah, don't forget to save the chat.